thither of the wall the quarter-mile flat handicappers, M.C. Green, H. Shrift, T.M. Patey, C. Scaife, J.B. Jeffs, G.N. Morphy, L. Stevenson, C. Ed Durley and W.C. Huggard, started in pursuit. Striding past Finn's Hotel, Cashel, Boyle, O'Connor, Fitzmaurice, Tisnell, Farrell stared through a fierce eyeglass across the carriages at the head of Mr. M. E. Solomons and the window of the Austro-Hungarian Embassy Consulate. Deep in Leinster Street by Trinity's poster and a loyal king's man, Hornblower, touched his tally-ho cap. As the glossy horses pranced by Marion Square, Master Patrick Aloysius Dignam, waiting, saw salutes being given to the gent with the topper and raised also his new black cap with fingers greased by pork-stick paper. His collar too sprang up. The Viceroy, on his way to inaugurate the Mayor's Bazaar in aid of funds for Mercer's Hospital, drove with his following towards Lower Mount Street. He passed a blind stripling opposite Broadbent. In Lower Mount Street a pedestrian in a brown mackintosh, eating dry bread, passed swiftly and unscathed across the Viceroy's path. At the Royal Canal Bridge, from his hoarding, Mr. Eugene Stratton, his blood lips a grin, bade all comers welcome to Pembroke Township. At Haddington Road corner 2 sanded women halted themselves, an umbrella in the bag in which 11 cockles rolled to view with wonder the Lord Mayor and Lady Mayoress without his golden chain. On Northumberland and Lansdowne roads His Excellency acknowledged punctually salutes from rare male walkers, the salute of 2 small schoolboys at the garden gate of the house said to have been admired by the late Queen when visiting the Irish capital with her husband, the Prince Consort, in 1849, and the salute of all Madonna Ortofoni's sturdy trousers swallowed by a closing door. Bronze by gold heard the Hoofirons, still ringing IMPRTHNTHNTHNTHNTHN. Chips, picking chips off rock your thumbnail, chips. Horrid. And gold flushed more. A husky if the fennel blue. Blue. Blue balloons on the gold pinnacled hair. A jumping rose on satiny breast, a satin rose of Castile. Trilling, I Dolores. Peep. Who's in the peep off gold? Ting cried to bronze and pity. And a call, pure, long and throbbing. Long a being call. Dig oi. Soft word. But look, the bright stars fade. Notes chirruping answer. Oh Rose. Castile. The morn is breaking. Jingle jingle jointed jingling. Coin rang. Clock clanked. A vow. Sonnes. I could rebound a garter. Not leave thee. Smack. La cloaky. Thigh smack. A vow. Warm. Sweetheart, goodbye. Jingle. Blue. Boomed crashing chords. When love absorbs. War. War. The tympanum. A sail. A veil, a wave upon the waves. Lost. Throstle fluted. All is lost now. Horn. Hawthorn. When first he saw. Alas. Full tongue. Full throat. Warbling. Ah, allure. Alluring. Martha. Come. Clap clap. Clap clap. Clappy clap. Good God, Hanover Herdino. Death bald pat brought pad knife took up. A moonlit night go far, far. I feel so sad. P.S. so lonely blooming. Listen. the spiked and winding cold sea horn. Have you thou? Each, for other, plash and silent roar. Pearls, when she lists rhapsodies. Hiss. You don't. Did not, no, believe, lied. With a cock with a cara. Black. Deep sounding. Do, bend, do. Wait while you wait. He. Wait while you he. But wait. Low and dark Middle Earth. Embedded o'er. Nim Damon. Preachers here, all gone. All fallen. Tiny, her tremulous friend foils of maiden hair. Oh man, he gnashed in fury. Furrow. Two, furrow. A baton cool protruding. Bronze Lydia by moon out gold. By bronze, by gold, an ocean green of shadow. Bloom. Old bloom. One wrapped, one tapped, with a cara, with a cock. Pray for him. Pray, good people. His gouty fingers knockering. Big Benabin. Big Benman. Last rose castile of summer left bloom. I feel so sad alone. Pui. Little wine pipe Edwy. True man. Lid Kirkadian doll. Ah, eh. Lucky man. We'll lift your chink with chunk. FFF. Ooh. We're bronze from the near. With gold from afar. We're whose? RRRPR. Craw. Crando. Then not till then. My epitaph. Be for rip. Done. Begin. Bronze by gold, Miss Deuce's head by Miss Kennedy's head, over the cross blind of the Ormond bar heard the vice regal hooves go by, ringing steel. Is that her? Asked Miss Kennedy. Miss Deuce said yes, sitting with his pearl granody nil. Exquisite contrast, Miss Kennedy said. When all agog, Miss Deuce said eagerly, look at the fellow in the tall silk. Who? Where? Gold asked more eagerly. In the second carriage, Miss Deuce's wet lips said, laughing in the sun. He's looking. Mine till I see. She darted, bronze, to the backmost corner, flattening her face against the pane in a halo of hurried breath. Her wet lips tittered, he's killed looking back. She laughed, oh wept. Aren't men frightful idiots? With sadness. Miss Kennedy sauntered sadly from bright light, twining a loose hair behind an ear. Sauntering sadly, golden amour, she twisted twined a hair. Sadly she twined in sauntering gold hair behind a curving ear. It's them has the fine times, sadly then she said. Man. Well, I who went by Mouling's pipes bearing in his breast the sweets of sin, by Wilde's antiques, and memory bearing sweet sinful words, by Carol's dusky battered plate, for all. The boots to them and the bar, them barmaids came. For them unheeding him he banged on the counter his tray of chattering china. And there was your teas, he said. Miss Kennedy with manners transposed that he had trayed down to an upturned lithium crate, safe from my eyes, Lou. What is it? Loud Boots unmannerly asked. Find out, Miss Deuce retorted, leaving her spying point. You beau, is it? A haughty bronze replied, I will complain to Mrs. de Massey on you if I hear any more of your impertinent insolence. IMPRTHNTHNTHNTHNTHN, Boots now sniffed rudely, as he retreated as she threatened as he had come. Bloom. On her flower frowning Miss Deuce said, Most aggravating that young brat is. If he doesn't conduct himself, I'll wring his ear for him a yard long. Later, like an exquisite contrast. Take no notice, Miss Kennedy rejoined. She poured in a teacup tea, then back in the teapot tea. The coward under the refund counter, waiting on footstools, crates upturned, waiting for their teas to draw. They pawed their blouses, both of black satin, 2.9 a yard, waiting for their teas to draw, and 2.7. Yes, bronze from the near, by gold from the far, heard steel from the near, hooves ring from the far, and heard steel hooves ring ring steel. Am I awfully sunburned? Miss Bronze unbloused her neck. No, said Miss Kennedy. It gets brown after. Did you try the borax with the cherry laurel water? Miss Deuce half stood to see her skin askance in the bar mirror gilded lacquered hawk and claret glasses shimmered in their midst a shell. And leave it to my hands, she said. Try it with the glycerin, Miss Kennedy advised. Bidding her neck and hands adieu, Miss Deuce, those things only bring out a rash, replied, receded. I asked that old fogey and Boyd's for something for my skin. Miss Kennedy, pouring now a field-drawn tea, grimaced and prayed, oh, don't remind me of him for mercy's sake. But wait till I tell you, Miss Deuce entreated. Sweet tea, Miss Kennedy, having poured with milk, plugged both 2 ears with little fingers. No, don't, she cried. I won't listen, she cried. But Bloom. Miss Deuce grunted in sniffy Fogey's tone, for your what? Says he. Miss Kennedy unplugged her ears to hear, to speak, but said, but prayed again, Don single quote he let me think of him or I'll expire. The hideous old wretch. That night in the ancient concert rooms. She sipped distastefully her brew, hot tea, a sip, sweet tea. Here he was, Miss Deuce said, cocking her bronze head 3/4, ruffling her nose wings. Huffa. Huffa. Shrill shriek of laughter sprang from Miss Kennedy's throat. Miss Deuce huffed and snorted down her nostrils that quivered imprthn like a snapped inquest. Oh! Shrieking, Miss Kennedy cried. Will you ever forget his goggle eye? Miss Deuce chimed in deep bronze laughter, shouting, and your other eye. Will I whose dark eye read Aaron Fagatner's name? Why do I always think Fagather? Gathering figs, I think. And Prosper Lore's Huguenot name. By Bassie's Blessed Virgin's Bloom's dark eyes went by. Bloomy robed, white under, come to me. God that believe she's, or goddess. Those today. I could not see. That fellow spoke. A student. After with Deal's son. He might be a mulligan. All comely virgins. That brings those rakes of fellows in, her white. I went his eyes. The sweets of sin. Sweet are the sweets of sin. In a giggling peal young gold bronze voices blended, Deuce with Kennedy your other eye. The 3 young heads back, bronze giggle gold, the light free for the laughter, screaming, your other, signals to each other, high piercing notes. Ah, panting, sighing, ah, for Donny, the mirth died down. Miss Kennedy lit her cup again, raised, drank a sip and giggled. Miss Deuce, bending over the tea tray, ruffled again her nose and rolled droll fattened eyes. Again Kenny jiggles, stooping, her fair pinnacles of hair, stooping, her tortoise nape showed, spluttered out of her mouth her tea, choking in tea and laughter, coughing with choking, crying, oh greasy eyes. Imagine being married to a man like that, she cried. With his bit of beard. Deuce gave full vent to a splendid yell, a full yell of full woman, delight, joy, indignation. Married to the greasy nose. She yelled, shrill, with deep laughter, after gold after bronze, they urged each to peal after peal, ringing in changes, bronze to gold, gold bronze, shrill deep, the laughter after laughter, and then laughed more. Greasy I nose. Exhausted, breathless, their shaken heads they laid, braided and pinnacled by glossicone, against the counter ledge. All flushed, oh! Panting, sweating, oh! All breathless. Married to bloom, to grease a bloom. O saints above! Miss Deuce said, sighed above her jumping rose. I wish I hadn't laughed so much. I feel all wet. Oh, Miss Deuce. Miss Kennedy protested. You horrid thing. And flushed yet more, you horrid. More goldenly. By Cantwell's offices proved grace a bloom, by Seppi's virgins, bright of their oils. Nettie's father hawked those things about, wheedling dollars as our religion pays. Must see him for that part. Eat first. I won't. Not yet. At 4, she said. Time ever passing. Clock hands turning. On. Where? The Clarence, Dolphin. On. For all. Eat. If I net 5 guineas with those ads. The violet silk petticoats. Not yet. The sweets of sin. Flushed less, still less, goldenly paled. Into their bar strolled Mr. Daedalus. Chips, picking chips off one of his rocky thumbnails. Chips. He strolled. Oh, welcome back, Miss Deuce. He held her hand. Enjoyed her holidays. Tip-top. He hoped she had nice weather in Rostrevor. Gorgeous, she said. Look at the holy show I am. Lying out on the strand all day. Bronze whiteness. That was exceedingly naughty of you, Mr. Dealis told her and pressed her hand indulgently. Tempting poor simple males. Miss Dusel sat and dosed her arm away. Oh, go away, she said. You were very simple, I don't think. He was. Well, now I am, he mused. I looked so simple in the cradle they christened me Simple Simon. You must have been a doty, Miss Deuce made answer. And what did the doctor order today? Well now, he mused, whatever you say yourself. I think I'll trouble you for some fresh water and a half-glass of whiskey. Jingle. With the greatest alacrity, Miss Deuce agreed. With grace of alacrity towards the mere gilt Cantrell and Cochrane's she turned herself. With grace she tapped a measure of gold whiskey from her crystal keg. Forth from the skirt of his coat Mr. Dealis brought pouch and pipe. Alacrity she served. He blew through the flue to husky fife notes. By Jove, he mused, I often wanted to see the Mourne Mountains. Must be a great tonic in the air down there. But along threatening comes at last, they say. Yes. 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 He fingered shreds of hair, her maiden hair, her mermaids, into the bowl. Chips. Shreds. Musing. Mute. None not said nothing. Yes. Gaily Miss Deuce polished a tumbler, trilling, oh, Dolores, Queen of the Eastern Seas. Was Mr. Lidwell in today? And came Lenehan. Round him peered Lenehan. Mr. Bloom reached Essex Bridge. Yes, Mr. Bloom crossed Bridge of Essex. To Martha I must write. Buy paper. Dailies. Girl they're civil. Bloom. Old Bloom. Blue Bloom is on the rye. He was in at lunchtime, Miss Deuce said. Lenehan came forward. Was Mr. Bowen looking for me? He asked. She answered, Miss Kennedy, was Mr. Bowen in while I was upstairs? She asked. Miss Voice of Kennedy answered, a second teacup poised, her gaze upon a page. No. He was not. Miss Gaze of Kennedy, heard, not seen, read on. Lenehan round the sandwich will wound his round body around. Pete. Who's in the corner? No glance of Kennedy rewarding him, he yet made overtures. To mind her stops. To read only the black ones, round and crooked S. Jingle joined to jingle. Girl gold she read and did not glance. Take no notice. She took no notice while he read by rote his the fable for her, plapping flatly, "Our fox met a stork. Said the fox to the stork, will you put your bill down in my troth and pull up our bone?" He droned in vain. Miss Deuce turned the tea aside. He sighed aside, ah me. Oh my. He greeted Mr. Daedalus and got a nod. Greetings from the famous son of a famous father. Who may he be? Mr. Daedalus asked. Lenehan opened most genial arms. Who may he be? He asked. Can you ask? Stephen, the youthful bard. Dry. Mr. Daedalus, famous father, lay by his dry-filled pipe. I see, he said. I didn't recognize him for the moment. I hear he is keeping very select company. Have you seen him lately? He had. I quaffed the nectar bowl with him this very day, said Lenehan. And Mooney's in villain and Mooney's Sir Mayor. He had received the rhino for the labor of his muse. He smiled at bronzes to bathed lips, at listening lips and eyes, their light and hung upon his lips. The ponderous pundit, Hugh Mackle, Dublin's most brilliant scribe and editor and minstrel boy of the wild wet west, who was known by the eponymous appellation of the O'Madden Burke. After an interval Mr. Daedalus raised his grog, and that must have been highly diverting, said he. I see. He drank. With faraway morning mountain eye. Set down his glass. He looked towards the saloon door. I see you have moved the piano. The tuner was in today, Miss Deuce replied, tuning in for the smoking concert, and I never heard such an exquisite player. Is that a fact? Deed single quote here, Miss Kennedy. The real classical, you know. And blind too, poor fellow. Not 20, I'm sure he was. Is that a fact? Mr. Daedalus said. He drank and straight away. So sad to look at his face, Miss Deuce condoled. God's curse on bitch's bastard. Tink to her pity, cried a diner's bell. To the door of the bar and dining room came bald Pat, came bothered Pat, came Pat, waiter of Almond. Lager for diner. Lager without alacrity she served. With patience Lenehan waited for Bowen, with impatience, for Jingle jaunty Blaze's boy. Upholding the lid he, who gazed in the coffin, at the bleak triple piano. Wires. He pressed, the same who pressed indulgently her hand, soft pedaling, a triple of keys to see the thicknesses of felt advancing, to hear the muffled hammer fall in action. 2 sheets cream vellum paper, 1 reserved, 2 envelopes. When I was in Wisdom Police Wise Bloom and Daly's Henry Flower bought. Are you not happy in your home? Flower to console me, and a pen cut slow. Means something, language of flow. Was it a daisy? Innocence that is. Respectable girl meet after mass. Think softly muckly. Wise bloom-eyed on the dollar poster, a swaying mermaid smoking midnight waves. Smoke mermaids, coolest whiff of all. Hair streaming, love forlorn. For some man. For all. He eyed and saw far on Essex Bridge a gay hat riding on a jaunting car. It is. Again. Third time. Coincidence. Jingling unsupple rubbers at Johnny from the bridge dormant key. Follow. Risk it. Go quick. At 4. Near now. Out. Tuppence, sir, the shop bill dare to say. I was forgetting. Excuse. And 4. At 4 she. Winsomely she unlooked him whom smiled. Blues me quigo. Turnoon. Think you're the only pebble on the beach. Does that do all? For man. And drowsy silence gold been on her page. From the saloon a call came, long and dying. That was a tuning for the tuner had that he forgot that he now struck. A call again. That he now poised it now throbbed. You hear? It throbbed, pure, softly and softlier, its buzzing prongs. Longer and dying call. Pat paid for diner's pot-cooked bottle, and over tumbler, tray and pot-cooked bottle ere he went he whispered, bald and bothered, with Miss Deuce. The bright stars fade. A voiceless song sang from within, singing. The morn is breaking. A dozen of bird notes chirrup bright treble answer under sensitive hands. Brightly the keys, all twinkling, linked, all harpsichording, called to a voice to sing the strain of dewy morn, of youth, of love's love aching, life's, love's morn. The dewdrops pearl. Lenahan's lips over the counter lisped a low whistle of decoy. But look this way, he said, Rose of Castile. Jingle joined by the curb and stopped. She rose and closed her reading. Rose of Castile, fretted, forlorn, dreamily rose. Did she fall or was she pushed? He asked her. She answered, sliding, ask no questions and you'll hear no lies. Like ladylike. Blazes bowl and smart tan shoes creaked on the bar floor where he strode. Yes, gold from a nearby, bronze from afar. Lenahan heard and noon held him, see the conquering hero comes. Between the car and window, warily walking, wind bloom, unconquered hero. See me he might. The seat he sat on, warm, black wary, cat walked towards Richie Goulding's legal bag, lifted aloft, saluting. And I from thee. I heard you around, said Blazes Bowlin. He touched the fair Miss Kennedy a rim of his slanted straw. She smiled on him. But Sister Bronze outsmiled her, preening for him her richer hair, a bosom and a rose. Smart bowl and bespoke potions. What's your cry? Glass of bitter. Glass of bitter, please, and a slogan for me. Wiring yet? Not yet. At 4 she. Who said 4? Callie's red lugs and bulging apple in the door of the sheriff's office. The void. Goulding a chance. What is he doing in the armory? Car waiting. Wait. Hello? We're off to. Something to eat. I too was just in here. What, Ormond? Best value in Dublin. Is that so? Dining room. Sit tight there. See, not be seen. I think I'll join you. Come on. Richie led on. Bloom followed back. Dinner fit for a prince. Miss Deuce reached high to take a flagon, stretching her satin arm, her bust, that all but burst, so high. Oh? Oh? Jerked Lenehan, gasping at each stretch. Oh? But easily she seized her prey and let it low in triumph. Why don't you grow? Asked Blazes Boylan. Chevrons, dealing from her oblique jar thick syrupy liquor for his lips, looked as it flowed, flour in his coat, who gave him. And syrup with her voice, fine goods in small parcels. That is to say she. Neatly she poured slow syrupy slow. Here's fortune, Blazes said. He pitched a broad coin down. Coin rang. Hold on, said Lenehan, till I. Fortune, he wished, lifting his bubbled ale. Setner will win in a canter, he said. I plunged a bit, said Boylan, winking and drinking. Not on my own, you know. Fancy of a friend of mine. Lenehan still drank and grinned at his tilted ale and at Miss Deuce's lips that all but hummed, not shut, the ocean song her lips had trilled. I Dolores. The eastern seas. Clock weird. Miss Kennedy passed their way, flower, wonder who gave, bearing away tea and tray. Clock clanked. Miss Deuce took Boylan's coin, struck boldly the cash register. He clanged. Clock clanked. Fair one of Egypt teased and sorted in the till and hummed and handed coins and change. Looked to the west. A clack. For me. What time is that? Asked Blazes Boylan. 4? O'clock. Lenehan, small as younger on her humming, bust humming, tugged Blazes Boylan's elbow sleeve. Let's hear the time, he said. The bag of goulding, collis, ward-led balloon by bloom-flowered tables. Aimless he chose with agitated aim, bald Pat attending, a table near the door. Be near. At 4. Has he forgotten? Perhaps a trick. Not come, white appetite. I couldn't do. Wait, wait. Pat, waiter, waiter. Sparkling bronze azure-eyed blazers, sky blue bow and eyes. Go on, pressed Lenehan. There's no one. He never heard. Dash. De Flore's lips stood high. High, a high note pilled in the treble clear. Bronze Deuce communing with her rose that sank and rose sought Blazes Boylan's flowering eyes. Please, please. He pleaded over returning phrases of avowal. I could not leave thee. After wits, Miss Deuce promised coyly. No, now, urged Lenehan. Snizzle cloaky. Oh do. There's no one. She looked. Quick. Miss Ken out of earshot. Sudden bet. Two kindling faces watched her bend. Quavering the chords strayed from the air, found it again, lost it, and lost and found it, faltering. Go on. Do. Sanez. Bending, she nipped a peaked skirt above her knee. Delayed. Taunted them still, bending, suspending, with willful eyes. Sanez. Smack. She set free sudden and rebound her nipped elastic garter smack warm against her smackable woman's warm hosed thigh. La cloaky. Cried gleeful Lenehan. trained by owner. No sawdust there. She smiles mirth supercilious, wept. Ornament. But, lightward gliding, mild she smiled on Bolin. You're the essence of vulgarity, she gliding said. Bolin, I'd, tossed to fat lips his chalice, drank off his chalice tiny, soaking the last fat violet syrup by drops. His spellbound eyes went after her gliding head as it went down the bar by mirrors, gilded arch for ginger ale, hawk and claret glasses shimmering, a spiky shell, where it concerted, mirrored, bronze with sooner bronze. Yes, bronze from inner by. Dash. Sweetheart, goodbye. I'm off, said Bolin with impatience. He slid his chalice brisk away, grasped his change. Wait a shake, begged Linehan, drinking quickly. I wanted to tell you. Tom Rochford. Come on to Blazes, said Blazes Bolin, going. Linehan gulped to go. Got the horn or what? He said. Wait. I'm coming. He followed the hasty creaking shoes but stood nimbly by the threshold, saluting forms, a bulky with a slender. How do you do, Mr. Dollard? Eh? How do? Ben Dollard's vague bass answered, turning an instant from Father Callie's woe. He won't give you any trouble, Bob. Alf Bergen will speak to the Longfellow. We'll put a barley straw in that Judas Iscariot seer this time. Sighing Mr. Delos came through the saloon, a finger soothing an eyelid. Ho ho, we will, Ben Dollard yodeled jovially. Come on, Simon. Give us a ditty. We heard the piano. Bald Pat, bothered waiter, waited for drink orders. Power for Richie. And Bloom. Let me see. Not make him walk twice. His corns. For now. How warm this black is. Coarse nerves a bit. Refracts, is it? Heat. Let me see. Cider. Yes, bottle of cider. What's the... Mr. Delos said. I was only vamping, man. Come on, Ben Dollard called. Begone dull care. Come, Bob. He ambled Dollard, bulky slopes, before them. Hold that fellow with a, hold him now into the saloon. He plumped him Dollard on the stool. His gouty paws plumped chords. Plumped, stopped abrupt. Bald Pat in the doorway met Tiala's gold returning. Bothered, he wanted power and cider. Bronze by the window, watched, bronze from afar. Jingle a tinkle joint. Bloom heard a jing, a little sound. He's off. Light sob at breath Bloom sat on the silent bluey-hued flowers. Jingling. He's gone. Jingle. Here. Love and war, Ben, Mr. Delos said. God be with old times. Miss Deuce's brave eyes, unregarded, turned from the cross blind, smitten by sunlight. Gone. Pensive, who knows? Smitten, the smitting light, she lowered the drop blind with a sliding cord. She drew down pensive. Why did he go so quick when I... About her bronze, over the bar where Bald stood by Sister Gold, in exquisite contrasted in exquisite non-exquisite, slow cool dempsey green sliding depth of shadow, Odie nil. Poor old Goodwin was the pianist that night, Father Callie reminded them. There was a slight difference of opinion between himself and the Collard Grand. There was. A symposium all his own, Mr. Delos said. The devil wouldn't stop him. He was a crotchety old fellow in the primary stage of drink. God, do you remember? Ben Bulky Dollard said, turning from the punished keyboard. And by japers, I had no wedding garment. They laughed all three. He hid no wed. All trio laughed. No wedding garment. Our friend Bloom turned in handy that night, and Mr. Delos said, "Where's my pipe, by the way?" He wandered back to the bar to the lost cord pipe. Bald Pat carried 2 diners' drinks, Richie and Poldy. And Father Cowley laughed again. "I saved the situation, Ben, I think." "You did," averred Ben Dollard. "I remember those tight trousers too." "That was a brilliant idea, Bob." Father Cowley blushed at his brilliant purple lobes. "He saved the situation." "Tight true. Brilliant. I knew he was on the rocks," he said. "The wife was playing the piano in the Coffee Palace on Saturdays for a very trifling consideration, and he was it gave me the wheeze she was doing the other business. Do you remember? We had to search all Hull Street to find them till the chap in Keogh's gave us the number." "Remember?" Ben remembered, his broad visage wending. "By God, she had some luxurious opera cloaks and things there." Mr. Delos wandered back, pipe in hand. "Marion Square style. Ball dresses, by God, and court dresses. He wouldn't take any money either." "What?" "Any God's quantity of cocked hats and boleros and trunk hose." "What?" "Ah, eh," Mr. Delos nodded. "Mrs. Marion Bloom has left off clothes of all descriptions. Jingle jointed down the quays. Blazes sprawled on bounding tires. Liver and bacon. Steak and kidney pie. Right, sir. Right, Pat." Mrs. Marion. "Met him pike hoses. Smell it burn. A Polly cock. Nice name he. What's this her name was?" "A buxom lassie." "Marion." "Tweety." "Yes." "Is she alive?" "And kicking?" "She was a daughter of the regiment." "Yes," began. "I remember the old drum major." Mr. Delos struck, whizzed, lit, puffed savory puff after Irish. "I don't know, faith." "Is she, Simon?" Puff after stiff, a puff, strong, savory, crackling. "Buck's nader muscle is." "What?" "Bit rusty." "Oh, she is. My Irish Molly." Oh, he puffed a pungent plummy blast. "From the Rock of Gibraltar. All the way. They penned in depth of ocean shadow, gold by the beer pool, bronze by Maraschino, thoughtful all too. Mina Kennedy, for Lismore Terrace, from Commodore with Dolores, a queen, Dolores, silent. Pat served, on covered dishes. Leopold cut liver slices. As said before, he ate with relish the inner organs, nutty gizzards, fried coats rose while Richie Goulding, Collis, Ward ate steak and kidney, steak then kidney, bite by bite of pie heat Bloom ate they ate. Bloom with Goulding, married in silence, ate. Dinners fit for princes. By bachelors walk jog John to jingled blazes boiling, bachelor, in sun and heat, mare's glossy rump a trot, with flicked whip, on bounding tires, sprawled, warm-seated, boiling impatience, ardent bold. "Horn. Have you that? Horn. Have you that? Ha ha horn." Over their voices Dollard bassooned attack, booming over bombarding chords, when love absorbs my ardent soul. Roll up Benson Benjamin, roll to the quivery love, shiver your off pants. War, war, cried Father Cowley. You're the warrior. So I am, Ben Warrior laughed. I was thinking of your landlord. Love our money. He stopped. He wagged huge beard, huge face over his blunder, huge. Sure, you'd burst the tympanum of her ear, man, Mr. Dealer said through smoke aroma, with an organ like yours. And bearded abundant laughter Dollard shook upon the keyboard. He would. Not to mention another membrane, Father Cowley added. Half-time, Ben. Amoroso non tropo. Let me there. Miss Kennedy served two gentlemen with tankards of cool stout. She passed a remark. It was indeed, first gentleman said, beautiful weather. They drank cool stout. Did she know where the Lord Lieutenant was going? And heard steel hoofs ring off ring? No, she couldn't say. But it would be in the paper. Oh, she need not trouble. No trouble. She waved about her outspread independent, searching, the Lord Lieutenant, her pinnacles of hair sliming, Lord Luton. Too much trouble, first gentleman said. Oh, not in the least. Way he looked that. Lord Lieutenant. Gold by bronze, herd iron steel. Dash, group of dots, my ardent soul I care not for the morrow. In liver gravy bloom mashed potatoes. Love and war someone is. Baron Dollard's famous. Night he ran round to us to borrow a dress suit for that concert. Trousers tight as a drum on him. Musical porkers. Molly did laugh when he went out. Threw herself back across the bed, screaming, kicking. With all his belongings on show. Oh saints above, I'm drenched. Oh, the women in the front row. Oh, I never laughed so many. Well, of course it's what gives him the bass bar L tone. For instance, Phoenix. Wonder who's playing? Nice touch. Must be Cowley. Musical. Knows whatever note you play. Bad breath he has, poor chap. Stop. Miss Deuce, engaging, Lydia Deuce, bowed to suave solicitor, George Lidwell, gentleman, entering. Good afternoon. She gave her moist lady's hand to his firm clasp. Afternoon. Yes, she was back. The old ding-dong again. Your friends are inside, Mr. Lidwell. George Lidwell, suave, solicited, held a lit hand. Bloom ain't live as said before. Clean here at least. That chap in the Burton, gummy with gristle. No one here. Goulding and I clean tables, flowers, miters of napkins. Pad to and fro. Bald Pat. Nothing to do. Best value in dub. Piano again. Cowley it is. Way he sits into it, like one together, mutual understanding. Tiresome shappers scraping fiddles, eye on the bow end, sawing the cello, remind you of toothache. Her high long snore. Night we were in the box. Trombone under blowing like a grampus, between the acts, other brass chap unscrewing, emptying spittle. Conductor's legs too, bags rousers, jiggity. The right to hide them. Jiggity jingle jaunty. Only the harp. Lovely. Gold glowering light. Girl touching it. Poop of the lovely. Gravy's rather good fit for a golden ship. Aaron. the harp once or twice. Cool hands bend hoth the rhododendrons. We're their harps. I hate old, young. Ah, I couldn't, man, Mr. Ulysses said, shy, listless. Strongly. Go on, blast you. $1 growled. Get it out in bits. Imapari, Simon, Father Cowley said. Down the stage he strode some paces, grave, tall in affliction, his long arms outfelled. Hoarsely the apple of his throat tore softly. Softly he sang to dusty sea's cap there, a last farewell. A headland, a ship, a sail upon the billows. Farewell. A lovely girl, her veil a wave upon the wind upon the headland, wound around her. Cowley sang, Imapari to Amor, Illinois meus gardo el encounter. She waved, unhearing Cowley, her veil, to one departing, dear one, the wind, love, speeding sail, return. Go on, Simon. Ah, sure, my dancing days are done, Ben. Well, Mr. Ulysses laid his pipe to rest beside the tuning fork and, sitting, touched the obedient keys. No, Simon, Father Cowley turned. Play it in the original. One flat. The keys, obedient, rose higher, told, faltered, confessed, confused. Upstage strode Father Cowley. Here, Simon, I'll accompany you, he said. Get up. By Graham Lemon's Pineapple Rock, by Elvery's Elephant Jingly jogged. Steak, kidney, liver, mashed, at meat fit for princes at Princess Bloom and Goulding. Princes on meat they raised and drank, power and cider. Most beautiful tenor ever written, Richie said, somnambula. He heard Joe Mars sing that one night. Ah, what am guckin'? Yes. In his way. Char boy style. Mars was the boy. Mass boy. Lyrical tenor if you like. Never forget it. Never. Tenderly bloom over liverless bacon saw the tightened features strain. Backachy. Bright's bright eye. Next item on the program. Paying the piper. Pills, pounded bread, worth a guinea a box. Stave it off a while. Sings too, down among the dead men. Appropriate. Kidney pie. Sweets to the. Not making much hand of it. Best value in. Characteristic of him. Power. Particular about his drink. Flaw in the glass, fresh varvy water. Fecking matches from counters to save. Men squander sovereign in dribs and drabs. And when he's wanted not a farthing. Screwed refusing to pay his fare. Curious types. Never would Richie forget that night. As long as he lived, never. And the gods of the old royal with little Pete. And when the first note. Speech paused on Richie's lips. Coming out with a whopper now. Rhapsodies about Danwall. Believes his own lies. Does really. Wonderful liar. But want a good memory. Which air is that? Asked Leopold Bloom. All is lost now. Richie cocked his lips up out. A low incipient not sweet Benchia murmured, all. A thrush. A throstle. His breath, bird sweet, good teeth he's proud of, fluted with plaintive woe. Is lost. Rich sound. Two notes in one there. Blackbird I heard in Hawthorne Valley. taking my motives he twined and turned them. Almost to new call is lost in all. Echo. How sweet the answer. How is that done? All lost now. Mournful he whistled. Full, surrender, lost. Bloom bent Leopold ear, turning the fringe of dolly down under the vase. Order. Yes, I remember. Lovely air. And sleep she went to him. Innocence in the moon. Brave. Don't know their danger. Still hold her back. Call name. Touch water. Jingle jaunty. Too late. She longed to go. That's why. Woman. As easy stopped the sea. Yes, all is lost. A beautiful air, said Bloom, lost Leopold. I know it well. Never in all his life had Richie Goulden. He knows it well too. Or he feels. Still harping on his daughter. Wise child that knows her father, Daedalus said. Me? Bloom askance over liverless saw. Face of the all is lost. Frolicking Richie once. Jokes old stale now. Wagging his ear. Napkin ring in his eye. Now begging letters he sends his son with. Cross-eyed Walter, sir, I did, sir. Wouldn't trouble, only I was expecting some money. Apologize. Piano again. Sounds better than last time I heard. Tuned probably. Stopped again. Dollard and Callie still urged the lingering singer out with it. With it, Simon. Hip, Simon. Ladies and gentlemen, I am most deeply obliged by your kind solicitations. Hip, Simon. I have no money, but if you will lend me your attention, I shall endeavor to sing to you the heart bowed down. By the sandwich bowl and screening shadow Lydia, her bronze and rose, the lady's grace, gave and withheld, as in cool glaucous Odeon illuminated tankards to her pinnacles of gold. The harping chords at prelude closed. A chord, long drawn, expectant, drew a voice away. When first I saw that form endearing, Richie turned. See Daedalus' voice, he said. Brain tip, cheek touched with flame, illicit feeling that flow endearing flow over skin, limbs, human heart, soul, spine. Bloom signed to Pat. Bald Pat is a waiter hard of hearing, to set ajar the door of the bar. The door of the bar. So. That will do. Pat, waiter, waited, waiting to hear, for he was hard of hear by the door. Sorrow from me seemed to depart. Through the hushing air a voice sang to them, low, not rain, not leaves and murmur, like no voice of strings or reeds or wire call them dulcimers touching their still ears with words, still hearts of their each his remembered lives. Good, good to hear, sorrow from them each seemed from both depart when first they heard. When first they saw, lost Richie Poldy, mercy of beauty, heard from a person wouldn't expect it in the least. Her first merciful love is off with a word. Love that is singing, love's old sweet song. Bloom unwound slowly the elastic band of his packet. Love's old sweet song as law gold. Bloom wound a skin round 4 forked fingers, stretched it, relaxed, and wound it round his treble double, 4-fold, an octave, jived them fast. Full of hope and all delighted. Tenors get women by the score. Increase their flow. Throw flower at his feet. When will we meet? My head and simply jingled all delighted. He can't sing for tall hats. Your head it simply swirls. Perfumed for him. What perfume is your wife? I want to know. Jing. Stop. Knock. Last look at mirror always before she answers the door. The hall. There. How do you? I do well. There. What? Or? Feel love catches, kissing comfits, and her satchel. Yes. Hands felt for the opulent. At last the voice rose, sang, changed, loud, full, shining, proud. But alas, 'twas idle dreaming. Glorious tone he has still. Court air softer also their brow. Silly man. Could have made oceans of money. Singing wrong words. Wore out his wife, now sings. But hard to tell. Only the two themselves. If he doesn't break down. Keep a trot for the avenue. His hands and feet sing too. Drink. Nerves overstrung. Must be abstemious to sing. Jenny Lind soup, stock, sage, raw eggs, half pint of cream. For creamy dreamy. Tenderness it welled, slow, swelling, full and throbbed. That's the chat. Hectares, give. Take. Throb, a pulsing proud erect. Words. Music. No, it's what's behind. Bloom looped, unlooped, noted, disnoted. Bloom. Flood of warm jam licked up secretness flow to flow and music out, in desire, dark the lake flow invading. Tipping her, tapping her, topping her. Tongue. Pores to dilate, dilating. Tongue. The joy to feel the warm, the tongue. To pour over sluices pouring gushes. Flood, gush, flow, joy gush, toot throb. Now. Language of love. Dash. Of hope is. Beaming. Lydia for little well squeak scarcely hears so ladylike the meat unsqueaked array of hop. Martha it is. Coincidence. Just going to write. Lionel's song. Lovely name you have. Can't write. Except my little president play on her heartstrings purser strings too. She's a. I called you naughty boy. Still the name, Martha. How strange. Today. The voice of Lionel returned, weaker but unwearied. It sang again to Richie Poldy. Lydia Lidwell also sang to Pat open mouth ear waiting to wait. How first he saw that form endearing, how sore seemed to part, how look, form, word charmed him good Lidwell, one Pat Bloom's heart. Wish I could see his face, though. Explain better. Why the barber and Dragos always looked my face when I spoke his face in the glass. Still here or better here than in the bar though farther. Each graceful look. First night when first I saw her at Matt Dillon's in Thurinier. Yellow, black lace she wore. Musical chairs. Would to the last. Fate. After her. Fate. Round and round slow. Quick round. Would to. All looked. Halt. Down she sat. All else looked. Lips laughing. Yelling ease. Charmed my eye. Singing. Waiting she sang. I turned to her music. Full voice of perfume of what perfume is your little actress. Bosom I saw, both full, throat warbling. First I saw. She thanked me. Why did she me? Fate. Spawny she eyes. Under a perch-alone patio this hour in old Madrid one side in shadow Dolores she Dolores. At me. Luring. Ah, alluring. Martha. Ah, Martha. Quitting all anger loud no cried in grief, in cry of passion dominant to love to return with deepening yet with rising chords of harmony. In cry of loud loneliness that she should know, must Martha feel. For only her he waited. Where? Here other try there here I'll try where. Somewhere. Cohen, thou lost one. Cohen, thou dear one. Alone. One love. One hope. One comfort me. Martha, chestnut, return. Come. It soared, a bird, it held its flight, a swift pure cry, sourced over orbit leapt serene, speeding, sustained, to come. Don't spin it out too long breath he breath long life, soaring high, high resplendent, a flame, crowned, high in the effulgent symbolistic, high, the ethereal bosom, high, of the high vast irradiation everywhere all soaring all around about the all, the endlessness. To me. Sepulchred. Consumed. Come. Well sung. All clap. She ought to. Come. To me, to him, to her, you too, me. Bravo. Clap clap. Good man, Simon. Clappy clap clap. Encore. Clap 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 clap. Sound as a bell. Bravo, Simon. Clap clap clap. Encore, clap, said, cried, clapped all, Ben Dollard, Lydia Deuce, George Lidwell, Pat, Mina Kennedy, two gentlemen with two tankards, Callie, first gent with tank and bronze Miss Deuce and golden Jasmina. Blazes boiling smart tan shoes creaked on the bar floor, said before. Jingled by monuments of Sir John Gray, Horatio on the hand of Nelson, Reverend Father Theobald Matthew, John Ed, has said before just now. A trot, and heat's here. Cloaky. Son is law. Cloaky. Son is law. Slower the mare went up the hill by the rotunda, Rutland Square. Too slow for boiling, blazes boiling, and patience boiling, joggled the mare. An after clang of Callie's chords closed, died on the air made richer. And Richie Goulding drank his power and Leopold Bloom his cider drank, Lidwell his Guinness. Second gentleman said they would partake of 2 more tankards if she did not mind. Miss Kennedy smirked, the serving, caught her lips, at first, at second. She did not mind. 7 days in jail, Ben Dollard said, on bread and water. Then you'd sing, Simon, like a garden thrush. Lionel Simon, singer, laughed. Father Bob Callie played. Mina Kennedy served. Second gentleman paid. Tom Kernan strutted in. Lydia, admired. But Bloom sang dumb. Admiring. Richie, admiring, descanted on that man's glorious voice. He remembered one night long ago. Never forget that night. See sang 'twas rank and fame, and Ned Lambert's 'twas. Good God, he never heard in all his life a note like that. He never did then, for else one we had better parts so clear. So God he never heard, since love lives not, a clinking voice lives not. Ask Lambert, he can tell you too. Goulding, a flush struggling in his pale, told Mr. Bloom, face of the night, see Ned Lambert's, Deedless house, sang 'twas rank and fame. He, Mr. Bloom, listened while he, Richie Goulding, told him, Mr. Bloom, of the night he, Richie, heard him, see Daedalus, sing 'twas rank and fame in his, Ned Lambert's house. Brothers-in-law, relations. We never speak as we pass by. Rift in the lute, I think. Treats him with scorn. See. He admires him all the more. The night sea sang. The human voice, two tiny silky chords, wonderful, more than all others. That voice was lamentation. Calmer now. It's in the silence after you feel you hear. Vibrations. Now silent air. Bloom unjived his crisscrossed hands and with slack fingers plucked the slender cape that thong. He drew and plucked. It buzzed, it twanged. While Goulding talked the Barraclough's voice production, while Tom Kernan, harking back in a retrospective sort of arrangement, talked to listening Father Cowley, who played a voluntary, who nodded as he played. While Big Ben Dollard talked with Simon Dedalus, lighting, who nodded as he smoked, who smoked. Thou lost one. All songs on that theme. Yet more Bloom stretched his string. Cruel it seems. Let people get fond of each other, lure them on. Then tear asunder. Death. Explodes. Knock on the head. Out o' loot off that human life. Dignum. Ugh, that rat's tail wriggling. 5 bob I gave. Corpus paradisum. Corn croaker, belly like a poisoned pup. Gone. This thing. Forgotten. I too, and one day she with. Leave her, get tired. Suffer then. Snivel. Big Spanish eyes goggling at nothing. Her wavy heavy head uncombed. Yet too much happy bowers. He stretched more. Are you not happy in here? Twog. It snapped. Jingle into Dorset Street. Miss Deuce withdrew her satiny arm, reproachful, pleased. Don single quote tea make half so free, said she, till we were better acquainted. George Lidwell told her really and truly, but she did not believe. First gentleman told Mina that was so. She asked him was it so. And second tankard told her so. That was so. Miss Deuce, Miss Lydia, did not believe, Miss Kennedy, Mina, did not believe, George Lidwell, no, Miss Due did not, the first, gent with the tank, believe, no, did not, Miss Cairn, Ludley all, the tank. Better right here. Quills in the post office chewed and twisted. Bald patted a sign drew nigh. A pen and ink. He wet. A pad. He wet. A pad to blot. He heard, death pat. Yes, Mr. Bloom said, teasing the curling capelet line. It certainly is. Few lines'll do. My prison. All that Italian Florida music is. Who is this rogue? Know the name you know better. Take out sheet not paper, envelope, unconcerned. It's so characteristic. Grandest number in the whole opera, Goulding said. It is, Bloom said. Numbers it is. All music when you come to think. 2 multiplied by 2 divided by half is twice 1. Vibrations, chords those are. 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 7. Do anything you like with figures juggling. Always find out this equal to that. Symmetry under a cemetery wall. He doesn't see my mourning. Callous, all for his own gut. Muse mathematics. And you think you're listening to the ethereal. But suppose you said it like, Martha, 7 times 9 minus 6 is 35,000. fall quite flat. It's on account of the sounds it is. Instance he's playing now. Improvising. Might be what you like. Do you hear the words? Want to listen sharp. Hard. Begin alright, then hear chords a bit off. Feel lost a bit. In and out of sacks, over barrels, through wiry fences, obstacle race. Time makes the tune. Question of mood you're in. Still always nice to hear. Except scales up and down, girls learning. Two together next door neighbors. Ought to invent dummy pianos for that. Bloomin' Lottie bought for her. The name. Playing it slow, a girl. Night I came home, the girl. Door of the stables near Cecilia Street. Melody no taste. Queer because we both, I mean. Bald Death Pat brought quite flat padding. Pat set with ink pen quite flat pad. Pat took plate dish knife fork. Pat went in it. It was the only language Mr. Deal said to Ben. He heard them as a boy in Ringabella, cross-shaven, Ringabella, singing their bar carols. Queenstown harbor full of Italian ships. Walking, you know, Ben, in the moonlight with those earthquake hats. Blending their voices. God, such music, Ben. Heard as a boy. Cross Ringabella Haven moon carol. Sour pipe removed, he held a shield hand beside his lips that cooed a moonlight night call, clear from the near, a call from afar, replying. Down the edge of his Freeman baton ranged blooms, your other eye, scanning for where did I see that? Callan, Coleman, digging on Patrick. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Fawcett. Just I was looking. Hope he's not looking, cute as a rat. He held and furled his Freeman. Can't see now. Remember right Greek ease. Bloomjept, bloomer, dear sir. Dear Henry Rowe, dear matey. Got your Latin flow. Hell did I put some pucker off? It is a drill and pause. Underline and pause. To write today. Bore this. Board bloom timbre gently with I am just reflecting fingers on flat pad pat brought on. Know what I mean? No, change that E. Accept my poor lit present close. Ask her nuance. Hold on. Fidig. Two about here. Penny the girls. Elijah is calm. 7 Davy Burns. Is 8 about. Say half a crown. My poor little prez, P. Oh? 2 and 6. Write me along. Do you despise? Jingle, have you that? So excited. Why do you call me not? You naughty too? Oh, Mary lost the string of her. Bye for today. Yes, yes, we'll tell you. Want to keep it up. Call me that other worlds you wrote. My patience are exhaust. To keep it up. You must believe. Believe. The tang. It is true. Folly in my writing. Husbands don't. That's marriage does, they're wise. Because I'm away from. Suppose. But how? She must keep young. If she found out. Card in my high-grade heart. No, not tell all. Useless pain. If they don't see. 1. Sauce for the gander. A hackney car, number 324, driver Barton James of number 1 Harmony Avenue, Donnybrook, on which sat a fair, a young gentleman, stylishly dressed in an indigo serge suit made by George Robert Mesias, tailor and cutter, of number 5 Eden Key, and wearing a straw hat very dressy, bottom John Plastow of number 1 Great Brunswick Street, Hatter. Eh? This is the jingle that joggled and jingled. By the luggage pork shop bright tubes of a gin trotted a gallant buttock mare, answering an ad. Keen Richie's eyes asked Bloom. Yes, Mr. Bloom said. Town traveler. Nothing doing, I expect. Bloomer, best references. But Henry wrote, it will excite me. You know how. In haste. Henry. Greek E. Better add postscript. What is he playing now? Improvising. Intermezzo. P.S. The rum tum-tum. How will you You punish me? Crooked skirt swinging, whack by. Tell me I want to. No. Oh, course if I didn't I wouldn't ask. La 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 Trills off there sad and minor. Why minor sad? Sign H they like sad tail at end. P.P.S. La 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 I feel so sad today. Larry. So lonely. D. He blotted quick on padded pat. Envel. Address? Just copy out of paper. Murmured, Messrs. Callan, Coleman & Co., Limited. Henry wrote, Miss Martha Clifford C/OPO Dolphins Barn Lane Dublin blot over the other so he can't read. There. Right. I did prize tidbit. Something to take a read off blotting pad. Payment at the rate of guinea per coal. Match 'em often thinks the laughing witch. Poor Mrs. Purefoy. U.P. up. Too poetical that about the sad. Music did that. Music hath charms. Shakespeare said. Quotations every day in the year. To be or not to be. Wisdom while you wait. In Gerard's rosary Federlane who walks, Greed Alburn. One life is all. One body. Do. But do. Done anyhow. Postal order, stamp. Post office lower down. Walk now. Enough. Barney Kiernan's I promised to meet them. Dislike the job. House of mourning. Walk. Pat. Doesn't hear. Death beetle his. Car near there now. Talk. Talk. Pat. Doesn't. Settling those napkins. Lot of ground he must cover in the day. Paint face behind on him and he'd be too. Wish they'd sing more. Keep my mind off. Bald Pat who has bothered me for the napkins. Pat is a waiter hard of his hearing. Pat is a waiter who waits while you wait. He. He waits while you wait. He. A waiter is he. He. He waits while you wait. While you wait if you wait he will wait while you wait. He. Ho. Wait while you wait. Deuce now. Deuce Lydia. Bronze and rose. She had a gorgeous, simply gorgeous, time. And look at the lovely shell she brought. To the end of the bar to him she bore a light with spiked and winding sea horn that he, George Lidwell, solicitor, might hear. Listen. She bade him. Under Tom Kernan's gin-hot words, the accompanist wove music slow, authentic fact. How Walter Bobbsey lost his voice. Well, sir, the husband took him by the throat. Scoundrel, said he, you'll sing no more love songs. He did, faith, Sir Tom. Bomb Callie wove. Tenors get wound. Callie lay back. Ah, now he heard, she holding it to his ear. Here. He heard. Wonderful. She held it to her own. And through the sifted light pale golden contrast glided. To hear. Tap. Balloon through the barred of saw shell held at their ears. He heard more faintly than they heard, each for herself alone, then each for other, hearing the plash of waves, loudly, a silent roar. Bronze by weird gold, anear, afar, they listen. Here too is a shell, the peeping lobe there. Been to the seaside. Lovely seaside girls. Skin tanned raw. Should have put on cold cream first, make it brown. Buttered toast. Oh, and that lotion must get. Fever near her mouth. Your head it simply. Hair braided over, shell with seaweed. Why do they hide their ears with seaweed hair? And Turks the mouth, why? Her eyes over the sheet. Yaw, snake. Find the way in. A cave. No admittance except on business. The sea they think they hear. Singing. A roar. The blood it is. Souse in the ear sometimes. Well, it's a sea. Corpuscle Islands. Wonderful really. So distinct. Again. George Lidwell held its murmur, hearing, then laid it by, gently. What were the wild waves saying? He asked her, smiled. Charming, sea smiling and answering Lydia on Lidwell smiled. Tap. By Larry O'Rourke's, by Larry, bold Larry-O, boil and swayed and boil and turned. From the forsaken shell Miss Mina glided to her tankards waiting. No, she was not so lonely archly Miss Deuce's head let Mr. Lidwell know. Walks in the moonlight by the sea. No, not alone. With whom? She nobly answered, with her gentleman friend. Bomb Callie's twinkling fingers in the treble played again. The landlord has the prior. A little time. Long John. Big Ben. Lightly he played a light bright tinkling measure for tripping ladies, arch and smiling, for their gallants, gentlemen friends. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. Sea, wind, leaves, thunder, waters, cows lowing, the cattle in the market, cocks, hens don't crow, snakes hiss. There's music everywhere. Rutledge's door, creaking. No, that's noise. Manuela Don Giovanni he's playing now. Court dresses of all descriptions in castle chambers dancing. Misery. Peasants outside. Green starving faces eating dock leaves. Nice that is. Look, 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 you look at us. That's joyful I can feel. Never have written it. Why? My joy is other joy. But both are joys. Yes, joy it must be. Mere fact of music shows you are. Often thought she was in the dumps till she began to live. And no. Imco of Elise. My wife and your wife. Squealing cat. Like tearing silk. Tongue when she talks like the clapper of a bellows. They can't manage men's intervals. gap in their voices to fill me. I'm warm, dark, open. Molly and quiest homo, mercadante. My ear against the wall to hear. Want a woman who can deliver the goods. Jog jig jogged stalked. Dandy tanchu of dandy boil and socks sky blue clocks came light to earth. Oh, look we're so. Chamber music. Could make a kind of pun on that. It is a kind of music I often thought when she. Acoustics that is. Tinkling. Empty vessels make most noise. Because the acoustics, the resonance changes according as the weight of the water is equal to the law of falling water. Like those rhapsodies of Liszt, Hungarian, Gypsyad. Pearls. Drops. Rain. Didlidolidolidolidolidol. Hiss. Now. Maybe now. Before. One rapped on the door, one tapped with a knock. Did he knock Polly cock with a loud proud knocker with a cock cower cock. Cock tap. Queens degno, Ben, said Father Cowley. No, Ben, Tom Kernan interfered. The crappie boy, our native Doric. You do, Ben, Mr. Dealer said. Good men and true. Do, the Bedouin one. I'll go. Here, Pat, return. Come. He came, he did not stay. To me. How much? What key? 6 sharps. F sharp major, Ben Dollard said. Bomb Callie's outstretched talons griped the black deep-sounding chords. Must go, Prince Bloom told Richie Prince. No, Richie said. Yes, must. Got money somewhere. He's on for a razzle-back spree. Much. He see his lip speech. 1 and 9. Penny for yourself. Here, give him tuppence tip. Deaf, bothered. But perhaps he has wife and family waiting Patty come home. He. Doth wait while they wait. But wait. But here. Chords dark. Lugubrious. Lou. In a cave of the dark middle earth. Embedded or. Music. The voice of dark age, of unloved, earth's fatigue made grave approach and painful, come from afar, from hoary mountains, called out good men and true. The priest he sought. With him would he speak a word. Tap. Ben Dollard's voice. Bass bar L-tone. Doing his level best to say it. Croak a vast manless moonless marsh. Other come down. Big ship's chandler's business he did once. Remember, Rossini ropes, ship's lanterns. Fell to the tune of 10,000 pounds. Now in the Abbey home. Cubicle number so and so. Number 1 base did that for him. The priest at home. A false priest servant bade him welcome. Step in. The Holy Father. With bows a traitor servant. Curl accuse of chords. Ruin them. Wreck their lives. And build them cubicles to end their days in. Hush A.B. Lullaby. Die, dog. Little dog, die. The voice of warning, solemn warning, told them the youth had entered a lonely hall, told them how solemn fell his footsteps there, told them the gloomy chamber, the vested priest sitting to shrive. Decent soul. Bit addled now. Thinks he'll win and answers, poet's picture puzzle. We hand you crisp £5 note. birds sitting hatching in the nest. Laying the last minstrel he thought it was. C-T what domestic animal. T-our most courageous mariner. Good voice he has still. No eunuch yet with all his belongings. Listen. Bloom listen. Richie Goulding listen. And by the door does pat, bald pat, tip pat, listen. The chords harp slower. The voice of penance and of grief came slow, embellished, tremulous. Ben's contrite beard confessed. And Nomen Domini, in God's name he knelt. He beat his hand upon his breast, confessing, mea culpa. Latin again. That holds them like Bertlam. Priest with the communion corpus for those women. Chap in the mortuary, coffin or coffee, corpus nomen. Wonder where that rat is by now. Scrape. Tap. They listen. Tankards and Miss Kennedy. George Lidwell, I.e. Lidwell expressive, Fulbested sadden. Kernan. See. The sighing voice of Sor sang. His sins. Since Easter he had cursed 3 times. You bitches best. And once at Mass time he had gone to play. Once by the churchyard he had passed, and for his mother's rest he had not prayed. A boy. A croppy boy. Bronze, listening, by the beer pool gazed far away, soulfully. Doesn't half know why I'm Molly great dab at seeing anyone looking.